right. All right. So welcome to the 6 weeks to a six-pack seminar. What we're going to learn here today, what we're going to cover is the scientific way to burn belly fat fast with the least amount of time effort. The number one reason most guys fail at getting chiseled abs, even guys who work out all the time. So let me hide my video here if I can. Okay. And the secret psychological ninja hacks to reprogram your subconscious so that you never get fat again, even if obesity runs in your family. So let us know where you're joining from in the chat. We're also going to cover how to get in the best shape of your life and love how you look naked with as little as 35 minutes of daily effort. We're going to talk about how to eat clean without totally sacrificing all the foods and drinks that you love, and how to have more energy, more confidence, a stronger immune system, and better sex. So again, let us know where you're joining from in the chat. As we're waiting for people to jump in, and type yes in the chat if you are excited to learn about what we're sharing today. Let me see a yes in the chats. We got folks coming from Covington. All right, yes, yes. All right, love it, guys. Okay, so disclaimer here, this is not medical advice. The information, including but not limited to text, graphics, images, and other material contained in this presentation is for informational purposes only. No material is intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your doctor. I am not your physician or other qualified health care provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment, and before undertaking a new healthcare regimen, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you heard or saw in this presentation. Okay, now that we have that covered, a few things. Grab a pen and paper. This is a learning seminar. This is not a sales pitch. You will want to take notes. Feel free to drop questions in the chat throughout the presentation. We're going to compile all of those questions and answer them for you at the end. And we may even have a surprise guest or two at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. And be sure to interact and have fun in the chat. You are amongst like-minded friends who want to become the best version of themselves in 2021. All right, so the agenda for today. First, we're going to do a quick background of my story, how we came to this point. I know some of you know me, but you may not know my fitness journey. And then I'm going to go through the secrets. We're going to talk about secret number 1, secret number 2, and secret number 3. Now, this is not a webinar like a sales pitch that we all hate, right? We hate going to those type of webinars where it's just a sales pitch for whatever the guy is trying to sell. This is an actual learning webinar. You can take these tools and implement them in your fitness, in your life, and do this on your own. But I am going to extend to you an offer after that for a guided program that can help you through this. So I'm just being straight upfront with you, clear about what to expect here. And then after that, I will explain how you can earn money. If you decide to go through the challenge and finish it, you can also earn money through it. And then we'll have Q&A. So the man without his health has 1,000 dreams. The man without his health has but one. That's an Indian proverb that kind of brought me to the realization that I put my fitness before everything. And that's why I think it's a wise thing for most people or all people to do that. So who am I? For people who don't know me, who is Ethan King? Well, I'm a busy dad with multiple businesses, a wife, 2 kids, travel, speaking, serving on boards, etc. I have very little free time and still manage to keep a decent physique. And I most recently was the cover winner of Best Self Atlanta magazine's Over 40 and Fabulous. So here's my obligatory shirt off photo for this presentation, which I guess is appropriate given the subject matter. So other things to know about me are I'm just a regular guy. I had asthma as a kid. I could barely run a mile. I have obesity in my genetics. I barely actually go to a gym. I didn't start running until about age 30. I am not a fitness trainer by profession. Now, I put an asterisk by that because when I started this, I was not a fitness trainer by profession. I'm still not. My businesses have nothing to do with fitness, but I did actually end up getting my fitness certification. So now, just to cross all of my T's and dot all my I's, I am a certified fitness and nutrition coach. And the bottom line is, if I can do this, you can do this. So at the end of this webinar, you will know exactly how to get a flat tummy in 6 weeks. Now, I know that's a big, bold claim, and I know what you might be thinking. Some of you might be thinking, it's not possible. And if it is possible, it'll be too strenuous. Or you might be thinking, well, it's not possible for me. Some people are just born lucky. You might be thinking it's not possible for me because I have bad knees, or I have asthma, or I'm too fat, etc. You might be thinking, well, I don't have the time for it, or other things are more important, or I can't, or I'm not willing to give up X being a certain food, a certain beverage, a certain habit. You might be thinking, well, how much does this cost if I decide to go through with the full program? We're going to answer all those questions. And I just want to say, these are all limiting beliefs. If you think those things, then you have limiting beliefs, and we are reversing those beliefs today. The truth is, it is possible. Many other people are doing this, which we'll show you. It is possible for you, no matter what your circumstances are. It can be done in as little as 35 minutes a day, so you do have the time. Belly fat is more dangerous than you think. So this is not just a superficial thing that we are, a superficial problem that we are looking at and attacking here. And without your health, little else matters. Now, you don't have to give up the foods and the drinks that you love completely. I have a tool that I'm going to show you to help with that. And you can actually make money with this program, which I am going to explain to you at the end. So make sure you stay tuned to the end to find out how. So here's my story. I was never that athletic growing up. I was the last one chosen for sports teams. Now, I wasn't fat, but I wasn't athletic either. Until one day I did look down at the scale and I couldn't see my feet. And then at a family member's funeral, I realized that obesity is in my genes. So this is a picture of me in the back of a taxi cab in Tijuana in 2004. Different story there, but you can see how chubby I was at the time. And then around 2009, my brother Aku encouraged me to run my first race, and I was 30 years old. And when he told me about it, I was like, are you crazy? It was a Peachtree Road race, 10K, which is 6.2 miles. And I told you guys I was barely running at all then. So to run 6 miles seemed absolutely absurd to me. And after that, I thought I was in shape, but when I went to get a physical, it turns out I had high cholesterol. And then my cardiologist, frat brother, Dr. Samir Damani, his team out in Southern California, they hooked me up to all this stuff, and they did an assessment on me, and they told me that I had high visceral fat, which is linked directly to heart disease. Then they showed me the secrets to burn fat fast, and they held me accountable remotely. Now, this was years ago before Zoom and stuff, and it was really prevalent. So across the country, they were holding me accountable for my fitness goals after teaching me the exact steps of what to do. So what I had to do was high intensity interval training, which was measured with a heart rate monitor. And these are this is an example of the readouts of a proper HIIT run. Then I entered more and more races, which kept me challenged. I learned how to do rapid fire push-ups and pull-ups, which gave me the chiseled appearance. And a lot of that is what we teach in the challenge, exactly how to do that, because most people, even if they've heard of high intensity interval training, which is also referred to as HIIT, H-I-I-T, most people don't do it right. There's a very specific way that you need to do it, measured with a heart rate monitor, with tools that you already have, most likely an Apple Watch or some type of heart rate monitor, a Fitbit. Most of us have these things. They're very affordable now if you don't have it, but there is a very specific way that you can do this to get the maximum benefit in the shortest amount of time. So this is the exact same race that I ran, 8 years later in 2017. And you can actually see that I look more chiseled and younger, even though this is 8 years later. So Through this program, once I learned about the HIIT and the rapid fire, I lost 20 pounds in a matter of weeks, lost 8% body fat. I gained more energy and focus, and I felt and looked 10 years younger. So this is the difference here from 2004 to 2020, a 16-year gap. And you can tell from looking at this that it almost looks like I've actually aged in reverse. And people told me that, and I didn't believe it until I juxtaposed these pictures. And I'm like, well, yeah, wow, that's interesting. But a lot of it has to do with my weight and the way that I was taking care of my body, or lack thereof. And then 2020 hit. Now we all know how stressful 2020 was. I don't care what you were going through with all the drama in the world. Look, I had stressful moments, and I put on those COVID-19 pounds. So this was in spring 2020. I took this before picture, and then I decided that I was going to get back in shape. So I applied the same principles that I learned from before, the exact same formula, and I took this photo. And this was in summer of 2020, and really because I was just kind of quarantine bored, I posted this photo on social media. And then I started getting questions from my friends like, dude, like, what's your routine and stuff? So the questions I got were, how do you have time to stay in shape? Because they know I'm a busy guy. And then I would get these text messages like, what's your routine? What's your diet plan? And I wanted to help people. In fact, I heard this quote from Steve Harvey. He said, if you conquered a hill and you don't teach someone else how to conquer that same hill, you are blocking your blessings. And that quote it just really stuck with me. And I heard him say it on some live show. In fact, I've been looking all over YouTube trying to find the exact clip. I can't find it anywhere, but it is just etched in my brain. And I said, you know what? If my friends took the time to reach out to me, then they obviously need the help, and I wanted to do something to help them. So I did. So people who asked me, I wrote up my top tips and I shared them with a few friends who asked. And guess what action they took? That's right, absolutely nothing. So it just fell on deaf ears. I don't know if it seemed too intimidating, too overwhelming, if it was just the delivery method, like, hey, here you go, but it did not work. It had no effect. So this sent me back to the drawing board, and it drove me to figure out a way to share my quote unquote secret formula in a way that would actually get people to act. And it really sent me down a rabbit hole trying to figure out how to implement this, a way that will actually produce transformative results regardless of someone's fitness level, a way that would stick so that the people who went through my program could implement this change at will at any point in their life going forward. So that is what I'm going to explain to you today, because I believe I cracked the code, and I'm going to show you evidence of this. Now, let's get into the actual teaching here, the actual myths that people think about getting a six pack. And a lot of people think that aiming for a six pack is just too time consuming and it's just for vanity. Well, the truth is that proper high intensity interval training works. It can be done in just 35 minutes every other day if you do it right. And you can see right here the heart rate zones. I don't have time to go into it in full here, but those are the heart rate zones from zone 1 to 5. Most people do this wrong. Most people think it's just sprinting and walking and sprinting and walking, but there is a measured way to do it. And then the rapid fire strength training. So instead of, a lot of people teach full range motion, push-ups, pull-ups, which are important and they do have benefit, but you can also get a different type of benefit from doing short range of motion in a rapid way where you're doing maybe 50, 100 of them. There is a way to do it. I have people who've come through the program who could not do one pull-up, and now they can do many of them in succession. And then accountability and feedback. Now, this is key. This was the game changer for me, really, having a coach, somebody to report to, even in digital format, to send my workouts, and they would give me feedback, my workouts, my nutrition, my sleep. That is what really changed the game for me. And then I have like 40 other tools that we've implemented into the program that we drip out in a certain way so that they get baked into your routine, and that they don't just get brushed off, but they become a part of your lifestyle. Now, I will admit, in this program, we teach things that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. And if you do what everybody else does, you're going to get the results that everybody else has. That is a quote from me. Now, the truth is that belly fat is the highest risk of heart disease. So now if you see here a fat belly, now we all have six pack abs. They're just covered up by fat. And there's actually two layers of fat. There is the sub layer behind your six pack organs, like around your stomach organs, and then there's a layer above your organs. All right. Now, what we focus on, of course, the highest risk here is the more fat that you have. And what we focus on in this program is blowing away this fat, burning that fat through the high intensity interval cardio and some other specific type of cardio exercises that push us through the different heart rate zones that give different benefits. And then we strengthen the abs underneath at the same time so that when the fat is gone away, the muscles show. Now, what is your why? Now, we talked about abs not being superficial, right? So what really, we know that having a six pack could actually save your life, but what else makes it important? You want to be able to toss around your kids as you get older. You want to have better sex. You want to have a better mood because the exercises that we do, the things that we teach in this program do improve your mood and your sex life. You want to attract more partners. You want to live longer. Do you want to look younger? You want to not be ashamed to take your shirt off or have on your swimsuit when you're at the beach or at the pool. You want to have more energy, have more confidence. You want to be able to protect your loved ones. So here's my number one top secret tip. Book a shirt off event somewhere, whether it's 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months from now, where you're going to have your shirt off. You know you're going to be in photos. That will force you to hold yourself accountable, to follow through with a plan and get your body into shape. And another pro tip is to find a muse. Now, what I mean by a muse is someone who is your age, your gender, your demographic, your race, someone who maybe a celebrity that you can post up on your wall or have a picture on your phone, on your vision board somewhere, and you can say, though, like your abs role model, like that's who I want to look like. So here's a little secret for me. Back in the day, I think, in like 2008, when I decided I wanted to try to get a six pack, Usher Raymond was my muse because he was known, he was famous for his abs. And I was like, I want abs like that guy. So when I was running, when I was working out, I was visualizing those abs. So you need to have a muse. So you have somebody in mind that is your visual role model. Now, myth number two is some people were born lucky with good genes, and this won't work for me no matter what I do. Well, the truth is, this works for countless others, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s. So, everyone in this Over 40 and Fabulous contest, these guys are in great shape. I mean, these guys and girls, there's only one other guy, he's in great shape. But some of these women, one of these women is actually in her 60s. And it is just amazing how, with intention, you can look the way that you want to look. This is Lenny Kravitz at age 56. Last year, he took this picture on the cover of Men's Health. He has a six pack. When I went in the magazine, I was like, well, what is his fitness routine? It very much mimics the things that I taught you today and that we learn in this program that we implement here. And it does not require a gym membership at all. This is Jeffrey Life. He is 82 years old. He has a six pack. So there's no excuse here, guys. You can get this at any age if you do the right thing, if you apply the right steps. So these are some actual graduates. I'm sure some of you on this call know my line brother, Kelvin. He actually started his journey 4 months prior to even starting Six Pack Dads. And then he got in the Six Pack Dads program, and he was able to accomplish this in 6 weeks. And if you're friends with him on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen his testimonials. He may be able to come up later and talk, but he can attest to he had plenty of health issues before, so it wasn't just obesity, but several other factors that led to it. And now he's running miles, he's doing all kinds of stuff that he never even imagined he'd be able to do. I'm actually going to let him tell his story better than I can, because you'll hear it directly from the source if he's still willing to come up and talk to us at the end here. But I'm super, super proud of Kelvin coming through the program, and he was our star student. He stuck with every single lesson, and he had the highest points on the leaderboard, and that translated into his transformation. This is another actual Six Pack Dads graduate. He asked to remain anonymous, but he's a 59-year-old gentleman. He has grandkids, so he's actually a six-pack granddad, right? But he has grandkids older than my kids. He stuck with every bit of the program, and he got his six-pack. Now, myth number 3 is I'll have to give up all of the foods and drinks I love. I know for a lot of people, this is a really, really sore area. Now, let me tell you guys, if anybody who's hung out with me, you know, I like to drink, I like to party. So I'm not like one of these health guru guys who just eats celery and carrots. I'm not that guy. So don't even think that you have, I mean, now there are rules, which I'm going to go over here, but don't think you have to be like that guy or that girl. So the truth is, so here's the secret. Give up foods that you only kind of like, because how many of us eat stuff just because it's there, or just comfort foods, or just because we're stressed out, or just because we're sitting there watching TV? And if you think about it, you don't even really like the food that much. It's just kind of okay to you. So with me, it happened to be wheat. And I read this book, Wheat Belly, and it talked about, this was back in, I think, 2012. And it talked about some of the dangers, because wheat is so processed these days, and it leads to a lot of dangers in cancers in the brain, and not just the belly fat, which is a big part of it, but also a lot of other problems. So it's a great book. I highly advise people to pick it up and read it. But it convinced me to just try giving up wheat for 3 weeks and see how I felt. So I did that, and I felt great afterwards. I felt lighter, I felt cleaner, my head, my brain fog cleared up, and I just never went back. I was like, you know what? Bread was okay, but I decided I can do without it, you know? Now, some people might love bread, and that, you know, that might be a deal breaker for you, but there's something in your diet that's not a deal breaker, that you only kind of like, but it's just throwing on empty, needless calories and fat and carbs. So think about your diet and what you can give up that isn't that much of a sacrifice. So here, I created this tool for you guys, actually, where you can figure out what those foods might be. So you have this matrix. You have foods that you kind of like to eat, and then foods that you love to eat and drink, right? And then on this side of the matrix, you have foods that detract from your goals. And for purposes of this presentation, when I say your goals, I mean getting a six pack. That's what we're talking about here. And then foods that align with your goals. Okay, so if you just think about yourself and chart this out, I'm going to use myself as an example here. Well, I kind of like egg whites, veggie burgers, broccoli, and those align with my goals. Now, I love steak, chicken, salmon, green beans, collard greens, salad, popcorn, sweet potatoes, and those all align with my goals. So I don't have to give up those foods, obviously. Now, I kind of liked bread. I kind of like ice cream. I kind of like oatmeal. I have another story about oatmeal, actually. Um, I love kettle chips. I love fries, beer. Well, I loved beer. Red velvet cake, fried chicken, M&Ms, almond joy, cookies, pizza and pasta, wine and liquor. All right. So here's the thing. Foods that you love that detract from your goals. Well, actually, let's start here. Foods that you kind of like that align with your goals, you want to eat more of these foods. So I increase my take of egg whites, veggie burgers, so forth, broccoli. Foods here that you love that align with your goals, eat even more of that. That's awesome. You're already doing it. Keep doing it. Now, foods that you kind of like to eat and they actually detract from your goals, just stop eating them. Now, you might look at this and say, well, oatmeal, isn't oatmeal good for you? Well, for me, I have a story where I ran a marathon. It was actually my second marathon, and it was out of town. And the apartment I was staying in, there was no food in it besides all I had was some oatmeal that I found. And I didn't want to run the marathon on an empty stomach. So I ate 2 bowls of oatmeal. I don't usually eat oatmeal, but because it was there, I figured, oh, well, this would be good to have some food on my belly. Well, about halfway through the marathon, I had to go to the porta potty and my bowels were just messed up. And I had to go to the porta potty every half mile throughout the rest of that race. And I only got to mile 20 and I was in so much pain from going to the bathroom that I got in an Uber and I went back to the hotel. And I had to catch a flight later, right after that. So I actually didn't finish that race. And I didn't know at the time what it was, but a couple of months later, I ate a bit of oatmeal and I felt the exact same way. And I was like, this is what it is. It's oatmeal. So for me, I don't eat oatmeal anymore. For you, oatmeal might be great. It's probably an all around good food for most people. But find out what works for you because we're all a little bit different. Now, what about these foods that you love to eat, but they detract from your goals? What do I do about kettle chips and fries and things like that? I find a substitute or I drastically reduce the amount that I eat. So, for example, well, kettle chips, they have a low fat substitute, but then I also don't sit there and eat a whole bag of them like I used to. And what I would do is simply just Google it. What's a good substitute for fried chicken? Well, I eat gluten-free fried chicken because I use almond flour to make it or gluten-free flour. You can get dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is actually kind of good for you. Now, it's not necessarily contributing to your six-pack goals, but it's not that harmful either. So there are healthy substitutes. I eat gluten-free pizza. I eat gluten-free pasta. You have cauliflower crust pizza. And with wine and liquor, I just don't drink quite as much of it as I used to. And you also know that if you're going to take in this stuff that actually detracts from your goals, you might have to put in a few more miles or crank out a bit more sweat to burn off those calories because they're empty calories. So what type of balance do we have here? Let's talk about the secrets. Eat high protein as soon as you wake up. Now, there's a fad going on about intermittent fasting, and I'm sure there are a lot of benefits to it. But if you were trying to get a six pack, you don't want to fast. You want to eat as soon as you wake up because your body, all this time you've been asleep, your body has been without food. So when you deprive your body of food for too long, your brain sends a signal that says, hey, we're without food. We need to store fat because something is going on. You're better off tricking your body by eating frequently, eating small meals very frequently, because that says to your body, everything's okay. We don't need to store any fat. We're getting lots of food in on a regular basis. So instead of eating like one large meal, which some people do, I used to do it too, just wake up and go and don't eat any breakfast and then just pig out and eat one large dinner. That is not the way to do it because your body's going to hold on to fat because it thinks that you're trying to damage it. So eat low fat, high protein, and really avoid carbs. Now, the balance you want to go for here is about 50% protein, 60%, and then about 20% carbs, 20% fat. So you really want to spike up the protein and keep the carbs and the fat down. And then you want to front load your calories, like I talked about. Eat earlier in the day overall. So don't wait till the end of the day, like most of us do after a stressful day at work. We pig out, we eat a bunch of food, we sit down, watch TV, eating junk food, we drink a glass of wine or some bourbon or whatever, and then we go to sleep. So all of those calories that we just put on late on in the day, they just go straight to our belly because all we did was go to sleep after that. Instead, front load your calories so that you can burn them off through the day, and you working in at a specific time with your workout. So you have your pre-workout food, then you have your post-workout food, and then you really want to eat most of your calories before lunchtime. And drink lots of water. I mean, I know that's obvious, but most of us don't get enough water. You want to drink lots of water as soon as you wake up and throughout the day. Drink caffeine early and poop often. So caffeine makes you go to the bathroom. Well, guess what? That cleanses out your body. Caffeine is actually great for helping you lose weight and helping you get those shredded six-pack abs. You want to take the proper supplements. In the challenge, we actually have a whole module where we go over every single supplement in detail, exactly how much to take and what each specific supplement does to contribute to your six-pack goals. and you want to get good sleep. So we have a whole segment with the sleep doctor, the guy from that you've probably seen on Dr. Oz, Oprah. He's all over TV. He's called the Sleep Doctor. His name is Dr. Michael Bruce, and he did a whole segment with us in Six Pack Dads about the importance of sleep. You actually lose a ton of weight when you get proper rest. And the reason a lot of us don't get proper rest is because we're stressed out, and that just builds up cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone that creates belly fat. So it's like a vicious cycle because you're stressed out, you're not getting enough sleep, you're getting all this cortisol, you're building up belly fat, then you're even more stressed out, you're not getting the exercise. And what's happened to most of us over time is that has just snowballed. And when you look in the mirror, since it's happening so gradually, you don't realize that you're gaining all this weight. But then one day you look at a photo of you now and then compare it to a photo of how you were back in the day, and you're like, oh wow, something happened here. Somewhere along the way I got fat. All right. So how many of you are ready to implement these same results or better so you can be your best self in 2021? Let me drop a yes in the chat if you want to take this to the next level and commit to it over the next 6 weeks. If so, your next steps are reserve your spot today. I see yes, it's coming in. The next challenge begins Monday, March 1st, which is 1 week from today. Now, something new that we did. So I actually, this is our second class, our first class, which I'll get to in a minute. I'm going to show you some of the results. But what we did is we were introducing a pre-training module. So pre-training is going to start this week where you're going to get your equipment list. Most of the equipment you probably already have, but we'll give you like the minimum and then the full list if you want to just go all out and get everything. We'll give you the supplements so you can just go ahead, get all the stuff that you need to get ready, get your mind right, do some warm-up activities so that when the first day of the challenge starts on Monday, we can hit the ground running. Now, you'll be in amazing shape for spring and summer if you trust the process and go through this, I'm telling you. Now, you can try to go it on your own, all good. You know, I will take no offense if you do, but you'll see now why, and I'm going into here, the challenge offer that I want to show you as to why people are getting these results. So here's what you're going to get. A 6-week guided challenge day by day with over 42 modules. In fact, we added stuff to the program, so we have over 50 modules now, a $3,150 value. You have workout plans with videos, $45 value. You have a personalized meal plan tool. So every day you get a specific guided meal plan that has the exact macronutrient breakdown of your protein, your carbs, your fat, so that you don't even have to think about it. It's like, just eat this if you want. If not, you can use those same guides and do your own meal plan, but we really lay it out for you. The exact list of supplements I take every day, a $97 value. We go through each one, tell you exactly what to get, how much to take. Daily personalized nutrition feedback and coaching. Now if you go hire a nutritionist to do this for you every single day, we did the math, it's about an $8,400 value. This is personalized for you. It's just done via email. We monitor your diet, your intake, and give you personalized feedback. Daily personalized workout feedback and coaching. Access to the Six Pack Dads and Six Pack Moms community, which we're going to introduce the moms part soon. So I actually have some more to share with you guys about that. But we have a private Facebook group where members help each other out. It is a tremendous benefit. There are live weekly coaching calls with me where I will answer your questions if you're hitting any roadblocks. It's actually a supplemental like learning part to it as well, where it's kind of like a class. And then you can ask any questions about any detailed roadblocks or challenges that you're facing. And I help you get past there because I really want to see you get results. Then we have bonus interviews and training with industry experts. Now we have people coming in who charge a lot to go speak somewhere, and we have gotten them to commit to our program. And we have some bonus interviews that have tremendous value. Then you'll have access to the mindset transformation course, which a lot of our members will tell you was one of the most beneficial parts of the program, because people say abs start in the kitchen, which is, we know part of that is true, but they really start in the mind. Like it's all mind over matter to make this happen. And you'll get discounted access to the 7 Superfoods training. That's an ebook that we have with the 7 superfoods that reverse the aging process. And you'll get discounted access to the Reverse Aging Secrets course. That's an $853 value. The total value of this is over $32,483. Now, those who finish the program and are highest on the leaderboard are the ones who have shown the best results. It is a direct correlation. I blurred out some of the names, but you'll see K-Sam here. So in the course, you actually get points, and this is not based on like how much weight you can lift or anything. This is all designed so anyone can do it, no matter what your fitness level. Everyone's on the same playing field. You get points based on your participation and actually doing the assignments, turning in the assignments. So the learning modules are a big part of it. Every day you have a learning module, you have your daily workout, you have your assignment, and you have your meal plan. And the people who participated the most didn't skip over things, but actually watched the videos, read the assignments, rewatched the videos, and earned the points, got the most results. And I just want to shout out K-Sam here for dominating the leaderboard. Now, the total value over $32,000. We could sell a program like this for $5,000. We could sell it for $1,000, but I'm not trying to like break the bank here. I want people to be able to benefit from this. This could be a program where you have ongoing monthly fees. It's not that. In fact, you don't even need a gym membership. K-Sam doesn't have a gym membership. Monica, who we'll talk about in a minute, she got rid of her gym membership. So there's no monthly fees. It's regularly, it's $699. But for you guys who took the time out to jump on this live call today, your price is going to be one payment of just $499. And that gives you full access to the program. And you can reserve your spot now at sixpackdads.com/join. Now, this is risk-free. There is a money-back guarantee. And I want to point out something to you guys. Most fitness programs don't give you a money-back guarantee. Most fitness programs don't put their name on the program. If you saw the logo at the beginning, it says Ethan King's Six-Pack Dad. Six-Pack Dad. That's because I put my name on it. I stand by it. I guarantee it. Let me tell you how this money-back guarantee works. Every day there's going to be a new assignment. Every assignment will be achievable regardless of your fitness level. If you complete all of the assignments and you still aren't satisfied with your results, I will refund 100% of your money, no questions asked. So you can go through the whole program and you can say, Ethan, I'm not happy with my results. I want my money back. I did every single workout. I did every single assignment. I still want my money back. And I'll say, okay. That's how much I know that this program works. So go now, sixpackdads.com/join. You'll see a timer on there. When that timer runs out, this deal is going to be gone. It's going to go back to full price. Now, that's not all. There are additional benefits here. You'll get daily access to me throughout the program. In the future, look, I'm going to be straight up, guys. I'm an entrepreneur. I am not a fitness trainer by profession. I don't want to be a fitness trainer. Look, I want to get back to my business, but I wanted to make this work. So at some point, this is going to be a fully automated program, and I'm going to remove myself from it. And those people aren't going to have access to me in real life. You guys have access to me in real life. In the future, the price of this is probably going to go up because we're going to keep adding bonuses to it, and then it's just going to be more automated. You get to actually contribute to the program's improvements. So you guys are the second class coming in. Man, the first class I came in, they gave so much feedback that helped improve the program for you and for them. And you guys will continue to give feedback. So you kind of help shape how this program is going. You also have the opportunity to become an affiliate and earn 50% of the revenue from every person who joins through your link. So you can become a promoter of the program, but the only requirement is I only offer this to people who actually finish and graduate. Again, to graduate, it can be any fitness level. All you have to do is complete the workouts. In the workouts, you're not being graded on your workouts. It's simply pass, fail. You either did the workout or you didn't do it. You got to turn in the workout every day. Now, if you quit, you don't do the workout, then, that's on you, but it disqualifies you from being able to become an affiliate and produce another revenue stream. And if you think about it, once you have your before and after pictures with your six pack or however far you decide to get, then it sells itself, because you'd be like, people are going to come to you and say, what did you do to get in shape? And you say, hey, here's my link. All right. So just a recap of what you're going to get. Jump in now, sixpackdads.com/join. You're going to get the 6-week guided challenge. You're going to get the workout plans with the videos. You're going to get the personalized meal plan tool, the exact supplements I take every day, daily personalized nutrition and workout feedback. You're going to get access to the private Six Pack Dads and Moms community. You're going to get live weekly Q&A coaching calls with me. You'll get bonus interviews and training with industry experts. You're going to get access to the mindset transformation course, access to the 7 superfoods training, and discounted access to the reverse aging secrets course. A total of over $32,000 that you are getting today for just one payment of $499. It's a steal. So Q&A. We'll start off with some of the questions that we get. Can women join? Now, this is my wife, Monica. She snuck in the program because she had a gym membership, and she decided when COVID hit that she was not comfortable going to the gym anymore. And well, she put on some weight, as you can see here. And she was bold enough to take photos of her before photos and her after photos. And these are 6 weeks apart. And you can actually see, I'm super proud of her. You can see the ab definition starting to form in here. She has been dedicated to the program. If you look back at that leaderboard, she was the M that was in second place on the leaderboard. So she just put her first initial so she could be incognito amongst the guys. And I called it Six Pack Dads because I'm a dad. I didn't want to go out and try to make something for everyone. I'm the type of person, I like to be authentic. I don't like to talk about things that I don't know about. Women have certain things with their, physical stuff that I just don't know about. And I don't want to say something ignorant that that I'm unaware was ignorant, because it doesn't apply to women. And Monica has shared with me, there are some things that, some modules she would add when we have the Six Pack Moms component that are for women. But I am happy to see that a woman can follow the Six Pack Dads program and get real results. So that answers the question. Now, who will this not work for? Will this work for everyone? Okay, well, it will not work for you if you don't really, truly want it for yourself. We had people who joined the program because their wife pushed them and made them do it. It didn't work for them because they didn't want it for themselves. If you're looking for a magic pill or an easy button, this is not the program for you. That's not what I'm telling you here. It's going to be tough. There's going to be some hard work. You're going to sweat. I'm not just selling magic pills here. If you don't give it your 100% commitment, you're not going to see the 100% results. And people who are skeptical or try to cherry pick which things they're going to follow and which things they won't, it doesn't work out for them. The top leaderboard students have the best visible results. And I told people at the beginning of the program, just do what I say. Trust the process. Do what Ethan says. This will work. It may go against stuff that you heard when you were in weightlifting class in high school and in college. It may go against things that you read in magazines. It is unorthodox, because if all of that stuff worked, I mean, to be honest, guys, if you want to get a six pack, you could go Google how to get a six pack, right? And you can find a list of instructions. You can find stuff on YouTube. But if all that stuff worked, everybody would be walking around with a six pack. But I'm giving you guys the formula to implement this in your busy schedule and make it happen and make it a way of life, so that you don't even have to think about it. Like now it's just programmed in me. I don't even think about it. It's like brushing my teeth. The routine that I have now it's just like brushing my teeth. And I've had a six pack in some shape or form for the past 12 years. Now it does fluctuate. In fact, I fluctuate between 11% body fat and 13% body fat, just depending on what's going on in my life. But you can still see a six pack is visible in that range. In fact, for some people, like the gentleman who I showed you, who is 59 years old and he has a six pack, he got down from like 25% body fat to 19% body fat, and his six pack was visible. So it's a little bit different for different people as far as when your abs actually start to show. But trust the process, because the people who are at the top of the leaderboard have the best transformation pictures. So reserve your spot now, sixpackdads.com/join. Just to recap here, what you're going to get: the 6-week challenge, the workout plans, the personalized meal plan tool, the supplement list, the personalized nutrition, feedback and coaching, the personalized workout feedback and coaching. You also have sleep feedback and coaching, which I didn't include in here at the beginning, but it's in there now. And then access to the community, the live Q&A calls, the bonus interviews, the access to the mindset transformation course, access to the superfoods training, and discounted access to the reverse aging secrets course, which you will see on the page when you go to sixpackdads.com/join. So now at this time, we're going to take any questions that you guys have. I haven't been able to see the chat because I've had this screen up. So let me pull it up here, and maybe Monica can help me. Let's see here.
I don't see any questions.
Monica, if you can come on. No? Okay. Well, no questions. All right, guys. I see, man, Chima said, let's go. I love it, Chima. I love the attitude, man. This is going to be awesome. You guys are not going to regret it. Kelvin, man. Kelvin, if you still want to come up, if you're still on, give me a shout. Let's see.
He's on. He's on here.
Hey, Talbert. All right. Thank you. What's a typical workout? So to answer Zahir's question, a typical workout, so the program is actually graduated. So it gets progressively more intense. So there is no typical workout. Week 1 is going to be a lot different from week 6. But to answer your question in a pretty generic way, your typical workout involves some cardio and some strength training. And it's all going to be body weight based stuff. If anything that involves weights, it might just involve some dumbbells, and you can get dumbbells that are good for you. I use like 35 and 45 pound dumbbell weights, whatever's comfortable for you. So whatever cardio is best. I prefer running, but Monica doesn't really like running, so she uses an exercise bike. Some days, if it's rainy outside, I'll do the exercise bike. If it's really terrible weather outside, I'll get on a treadmill. Sometimes I swim. So you have choices of cardio. You do whatever cardio suits you best. I would recommend running. I know that a lot of people don't like running, but we teach ways in the program to make running easy for anyone, even anyone who's a non-runner. And then, so then ready, let's go. Come on, Terry, jump in there, let's do it. And then for the weights part of it, you're going to use your body weight. So push-ups, pull-ups, and we teach you how to do this. Even if you've never done a pull-up in your life, you're going to learn how to do pull-ups. That's actually one of the best exercises that you can do for your body. So it's all going to be body weight, with the exception of maybe some barbells, but everybody will be able to do it. And we actually have beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels for every workout. So you can choose which level you want to do based on your fitness. And you might choose, depending on your time in the day. If you have a very busy day, you don't have time to do the advanced workout, you might choose the beginner workout for that day, even if you're not on a beginner level. So I hope I answered that question for you, Zahir. All right, Kelvin, let's see how we can bring you up as a panelist. All right.
I just have a quick addition to the
sharing my screen.
Can you hear me, Ethan?
How to use Zoom here. All right, Kelvin. Promote to panelist. All right, Kelvin, you should be. Are you on video, Kelvin? All right, there you go.
Yep.
Show selfie. All right, so you guys should be able to see me and Kelvin. Kelvin, can you speak? Can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Y'all hear Kelvin?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Can you hear me? Ethan, can you hear me?
I can
I
hear
have
you,
some
Kelvin.
feedback I need to mute here.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, Ethan, you
All
just want me to
right.
say something about the
So,
program?
Kelvin, why don't you tell people about your experience with the program? Where were you? In fact, Kelvin, let's go back to when you were in this seat that these guys are in. When you were
Okay.
evaluating this same workshop and you were like, what was going through your mind? And, just kind of bring us from there.
Okay. So basically, as Ethan said, I had already started the journey in September. So I had a couple of you guys know me. So I have a couple of health conditions that is just totally counterproductive to losing weight. Like Ethan talks about excess cortisol, sleep problems. I have a rare condition in which I have excessive cortisol. So just naturally, I can literally go out, eat something bad one day, and then on Monday I gain 7 pounds. So my journey is a little bit more difficult than the average person. And then also I have sleeping issues, etc. So long short, I know Ethan. Ethan is my line brother. I've seen everybody thinks Ethan was like in super shape his whole life. That's not the case. That picture he showed, I think that was during Samir's wedding when we was in Tijuana. So you see Ethan now. I call it Ethan went through a period where he was fluffy. The full phase, start getting the adult daddy weight. And then all of a sudden, I started noticing that Ethan started losing weight because we go on an annual trip together. I started noticing he started losing weight, etc. And then the recent pictures, I saw him on Facebook. So I'm one of those people that hit Ethan up. I'm like, man, what the hell did you do? And he was like, yeah, you'll find out about it a little later. I'm working on something. And then he said, okay, I'm a talk about it. I'm gonna formalize a program and talk about it. And I was like, okay, Ethan, what the hell you got going on? Let me see what you got. So he talked about the program, and I remember at the beginning, I said, Ethan, I don't know about this, but I'm trusting you. My line brother, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna just do whatever you say do, I'm gonna do it. So I signed up for the program. Um, as he stated, like it starts off the supplements. He started talking about all these stuff. It's nothing crazy, but it's stuff you should be taking anyway, like vitamin C, a couple of other things. I just bought everything he said buy, I bought it. All the workouts he said do, I did it. I was like, basically, Ethan, you're like my drill sergeant. Whatever you say do, I'm gonna do it. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff I would even call Ethan personally, like, what the hell is this? Dude, I have never ran 2 miles. I cannot do it, but I'm just gonna keep trying. So I just kept trying through the process. Even like he was saying, the personalized coaching. He's looking at everything you eat through the different apps, your workouts, etc. So I was having some problems around running. So Ethan sent me something personal. It was like, okay, you got to get your form together. Like even how you run helps you run longer distances. So I was like, okay, let me implement that. That helped. Even to the point of getting the proper shoes, all of that. I didn't know anything about getting the proper shoes. I just thought you can get a pair of Nikes and run. That's 100% opposite of the truth. All of the stuff he tells you to do has some purpose. And he's very good with explaining things in terms of why you do it. Because I'm a very analytical person. I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. He explains why you do it, and he shows you how to do it and how to do it more efficiently. Even with the HIIT workouts, I've heard of that before. I've done what people said was it is nothing dealing with HIIT at all. Like this is very measured workouts. And like before I started the program, as you saw in my pictures, I had started losing some weight, but the program, like my body composition changed. Like I'm now about 25 to 30 pounds, probably heavier than I was in college, but I still have a few of my clothes from college and I can actually wear it even though I'm physically heavier, but my body composition is different. Like some of my jackets that I got, you all know I got a lot of suits, jackets, blazers, all that. So some of that stuff I paid so much money for, I'm like, I'm not getting rid of it. So I kept it and I was like, I'm just gonna see if I can wear this, something I wore in college, and I could wear it. So I just say that to say, like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Cause like I'm not a morning person. Every day now, I'm waking up in the morning, working out. Because one thing I found is that if you get it done the first thing in the morning, you have no excuse at the end of the day. If you wait to the end of the day, you know, anything can happen, life can happen. But if you do it first in the morning, you can get it done. And like I said, with the health conditions I have that make it even more challenging, like the average person doesn't have excessive cortisol just because of some kind of hormonal imbalance. I do. So I'm battling having excessive cortisol, the insomnia, all of that stuff just from a health condition point to get the results I got just because I followed the plan. So I mean, I 100% endorse the plan. I don't do that. If anybody knows me, I don't care if you know, my blood relative. If it don't work, I'm gonna tell you it don't work. But this works. So just trust the process and do what he says. Like if you saw that leaderboard, the reason why my point differential was so high, like you get points for looking at the modules. I actually looked at the modules. I probably looked at the program like 2 or 3 times and redid stuff and made sure I really understood it. Ethan is going to even suggest like some books and podcasts and things like that. I did all of that. So I'm just saying that to say, just trust the process. Even the mindset changes, like the muse. I got a picture of a Morris chestnut in my bathroom. So I see it every day and I'm like, that's what I want to look like. So all of that stuff helps. Even at the end, he has you sign up for a race. Yeah, that I said, Ethan, I don't know about this. I got to pray about this. He talking about sign up for a race. So I even signed up for the Peachtree Road race. And I used to play sports in high school. I've never ran miles before. That's 6.2 miles. So I done let my line brother talk me into signing up for the race. And I actually joined the Atlanta Track Club because that guarantees you a spot. Because I didn't know that with the Peachtree Road race, it's a lottery. So you might not get in, but that guarantees you a spot. So I'm locked in. So
now, by the time we got to that, though, by the time we got to that point, how many miles had you run? Like how many miles did you run before you ever started this program?
Oh shit, none. I walked some miles. I never, even when I played football in school, I never just ran just to run. That was never me.
Yeah. Gotcha. And now you've ran. What's the farthest you've run so far?
I probably ran. I got up to about 4 miles one day, and I run in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is full of hills, so when I'm running my miles, and I actually took some pictures and sent it to Ethan, like some of the hills I have to go up. So yeah, it's not a normal 3-4 miles. It's like a lot of hills in my neighborhood, and unfortunately, sometimes I might have to run from a dog. These people in my neighborhood have dogs sometimes. So
Cool.
yeah,
We appreciate you
trust the
sharing that.
process, man.
Yeah, y'all got any other questions for Kelvin? Feel free to fire off. If Monica wants to come up and say something, you're more than welcome to also. So I know Monica, now Kelvin took the running on, but Monica will tell you she's not a big runner. So she put it in on the bike and she has just made tremendous strides. So I don't know if she's in a position where she wants to talk, or she might be dealing with the kids right now. I'm not sure. But I also wanted to show you guys, and if y'all have any other questions, like feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm going to show you guys some more stuff here, just some other feedback from some of the participants. Let me share my screen. Share. So this is, so one person said, so far, this challenge is providing way more value than what is expected for the price. So this is one of the check-ins. And then another participant said, Steve said, he's lost over 14 pounds and is now sprinting as part of his regimen. He wakes up early because he's excited to get started with his day. His mind is so sharp and clear, and so many good things are happening. This guy's a busy executive up in New York. This is Richard. He said that he did the intermediate cardio and strength training today, definitely worked up a sweat. Can't wait for the heart rate monitor to come in so he can have more accurate measurements. So this was pretty early on in the challenge. This person said, so far, the challenge is providing more value than what I expected for the price. Well, didn't mean to go that far up. Okay. And then So Richard said that his wife can already see a difference in his face. She looked at him and could see a difference. So, I mean, this kind of stuff is just phenomenal. And then this, Richard said his favorite thing so far is the module on mindset transformation. And he feels like this is the key to the whole process of losing weight and any kind of success in life. So, I mean, you're learning more stuff here than just about physical. Like this stuff translates into your business, your career, whatever it is you do. Man, there's stuff that's packed in here. This very, very dense program that is packed about neuroscience and all kinds of things. Also, it's the same one there. Way more value. There's another picture of Kelvin. Let's see. Richard went to Richard's in the military and he had to go to a training thing. And so he kind of disappeared off the grid for a minute. I was checking on him, but he said he actually finished in the top 5 for all the measured categories from mission planning to physical training. So this is, I got a note from one of the participants in the mail just thanking me for the coaching and the transformation here. So it is just, I mean, it is just really rewarding to see this kind of stuff. And that's really what this is all about. So Monica said, oh, Trevante said having difficulty trying to process the card. Okay. Yeah, we'll get that taken care of for you, Trevante. Awesome. Well, hey guys, if y'all have any other questions, feel free to fire them off. Man, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next challenge. Get in while the price is low, while the countdown timer is ticking, get in before it's up. And if you have any other questions, even after this, feel free to shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook. If you have my number, text me. I'm super accessible. I'm sure you guys can figure out how to get in touch with me. Okay, Trevante jumped in there. Awesome, man. Man, so great to see you guys pouring in. This is going to be an amazing 6 weeks. I mean, I can't wait. This is just, I can't wait to see the transformations. Trevante said my fat ass needs it. This is great, man. All right, well, guys, if that's all, then this wraps it up, man. Kelvin, I really appreciate you jumping on. I'm super, super proud of you, brother, man. Your journey over these past few months has been nothing short of awe-inspiring. So, man, keep it up. And you are inspiring others. And in one of the lessons, I talked about the ripple effect here, right? So when you learn something and share it, teach it with other people, and then they improve their life, and then they improve the people in their circle around them, and then somebody else improves. It's just this ripple effect of people helping each other. And I mean, you know what, honestly, when I tried to just give people this stuff on a sheet of paper just for free, they wouldn't do it. By you investing in yourself, you're making a bet on yourself. You are putting a bet on yourself. You are like, I am going to do this. You are making an investment in you. And it's priceless. Man, I mean, a six pack, it may seem superficial, but it stands for so many other things. It really stands for being disciplined in all aspects, all areas of life. Because you have to have the mental down. You have to have control over your stress, over your sleep. In fact, we have a 16-point checklist in the program where we go over everything, but we actually teach you how to do that. And if it's not me teaching you, I'm bringing on an expert in that area to teach you. So I really look forward to bringing this on with you guys. So Kelvin, is there anything else you want to say? Because if not, we'll wrap it up. I know we've went a little bit over time here.
Now, I'll just say this. I like I said, I have a condition, and you guys can look it up. It's called Cushing's disease. So I see an endocrinologist on a regular basis. I had a appointment with my endocrinologist yesterday, and he hadn't seen me actually in a while, because I normally see him like once a quarter or twice a year. And when he saw me, he was like, Kelvin, what the hell did you do? I was like, I started exercising and stuff, and I actually told him about the program. So he's actually, I'm supposed to follow up with him. He's actually asking more about the program, because people that have the condition that I have oftentimes have problem losing weight. So he was just amazed at how much, body fat I had lost, my body composition changed. So he was amazed. Even the people in the office was like, Mr. Samuel, is that you? Like, you didn't look like that before. So, I mean, it works.
Wow. That's awesome, man. That is so awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap up the call here. The link is still open, sixpackdads.com/join. I can't wait to see you all in the program. Once you sign up, you're going to get an email in the next 24 to 48 hours. It's going to have your login information where you'll be able to access the pre-training module. You can start getting everything in place, getting your mind right. And then on Monday, the official challenge is going to kick off. So be ready to hit the ground running. All right, guys, this is Ethan. Peace out. I'll see you in the challenge.